Hello students, welcome once again to online platform of Little Flower School, Salempur. This is Archana Misravich, GSC of class 5th. Good morning to all of you. Today we will continue with the topic where we have left the last day. Do you remember where we have left the last day? This is the third lecture of the first chapter. What was the name of the chapter? Let's recall what we have studied about this chapter, and in the last 2 days what we have covered. Okay, the name of the chapter was reproduction in plants. Then we studied about the definition of reproduction. Then how do the reproduction takes place in the plants, and what are the parts from where does the reproduction takes place. Then we studied about the structure of the seed. Then we studied about the germination of the seed, necessary conditions for germination of seed. Then we studied about the vegetative propagation of plants through stems, then stems cutting, then root, layering, and different other things. And one more topic is remaining in the same topic, vegetative propagation. Okay, today we will study how vegetative propagation occurs through grafting. Okay, let's see how vegetative propagation occurs through grafting. Vegetative propagation through grafting. Okay, but before starting this, let's recall what is vegetative propagation. Last day we have studied about this term. Vegetative propagation means whenever the reproduction occurs with the help of vegetative parts of plants, it is called the vegetative propagation, or we can call it with other name vegetative reproduction. Here this is the way of grafting, means the method of grafting. With the method of grafting, how vegetative propagation occurs. Let's see. Before explaining about the term, let me make you understand how it happens. Suppose this is other branch of some other tree, and this is the branch of some other tree. We are joining its stem together like this. Okay, we are joining its stem together, and with the help of thread, with the help of this thread, suppose this is thread, this is not thread, but suppose we will tie it together, and fix into soil, and for some days we will water it, and we can see that new plants grow out of this. And in this topic we will study in detail that what is benefit of doing this, and what are the plants which we can grow with the help of this method. Then we will again further study about how this is done and why it's done. Okay, vegetative propagation through grafting, how it is done. First we will study in detail this. Vegetative propagation through grafting is done by the method of cutting of two other branches of the different trees. Suppose if I want to graft mango tree. Which tree? Mango tree. What I have to do? I have to take two different branches of two different trees. Different varieties of mangoes are there, no? Dasari, Chausa, Bizu, so many. You may be knowing more than me. And you may be, now when I am telling you, water may be coming in your mouth, because now mango season is going to come. It's going to come, no? It's now be patient, hear the lecture, and when mango comes in the market, no, wash it properly, because we have the fear of coronavirus in our mind. Wash it properly and then eat that. But for the time being, we will study this topic, grafting of mango tree. We have to cut two branches, join together, tie with the help of thread, fix in the soil and water for some days. Now, new plants will grow from that, and these plants will have a different characteristic or different features from those of the parent plant. Okay? This will have extraordinary features. Extraordinary means very nice features. Okay? And why this is done? This is done in order to get the desired characteristics of plants. This is done in order to get desired characteristics of plants. Desired characteristics of plants. What is meaning of desired characteristics? The wanted characteristics which we want. Okay. And with the help of this grafting, we can grow mango tree, neem tree, and guava tree, and so many other trees are grown with the help of this method. Now, last one we will study about the vegetative propagation through spores. Vegetative propagation through spores. Vegetative propagation through spores. Before understanding the vegetative propagation through spores, let's understand the meaning of this term, spores. Okay? What are spores? They are tiny seed-like structures. They are tiny seed-like structures. Once again I will tell what is meaning of tiny, small seed-like structure. When they fall on the ground and when they get suitable conditions for their growth, they are grown. And some of the examples of these spores are the mushroom. Mushroom is one of the common example of vegetative propagation with the help of spores. Okay? Then, now we will study about this is all about how the plants are grown. Means we have completed the way the plant is grown. Now we will study about the next topic in the same chapter, that is agriculture. What is that? Agriculture. What is this agriculture? What is meaning of agriculture? The practice of growing plants in large amount, more amount, in order to fulfill the need of ourselves and others. In order to fulfill the need of ourselves and others is called the agriculture. Once again I will tell what is agriculture. The practice of growing plants in large quantity in order to fulfill the needs of ourselves and others. This is called the agriculture. And the person who do this business or who do the agriculture is known as the farmer. What is the name of the person who is doing the agriculture? Farmer. Name means the designation we give, no? I am teaching, no? I am teacher. You are studying, you are students. Similarly, the person who is growing the plants or who is doing the agriculture is farmer. Some of your parents may be farmer too, no? Yes. And in order to pay respect to farmers, we can call agriculture, or we can give another name to the agriculture as farming. What can we give other name for agriculture? Farming. Yes. This is the other name of the agriculture. Farming. What is that? Farming. Good. I think you have understood now. Farming. Now, we will study the way the farming is done. Once we got the seeds from the, we bring the seeds from the market, what the farmers do, they plow the field. Earlier, using bullocks, they used to plow the field. Now also, so many farmers are, not so many, some of the farmers, they may be plowing the fields using bullocks, but most of them uses tractors. Tractor you might have seen, no? Yes, this is machine or tractor. Using this, they plow the field and they irrigate the field. They irrigate the field using tube wells and ponds and different other water bodies which is available to them or which is suitable for them to irrigate their field. Now, the government has these farmers, no? They are the one who fulfills the needs of themselves also and others too, because they are growing the food. If we earn money and we don't have anything to eat, can we survive? No. Very difficult for us. We can't survive without food and water. Can we survive? No, we can't survive, because we are not the one who can prepare our food ourselves like plants. Can we prepare? No, we can't prepare. So, these farmers help us to make or to fulfill the needs for our food or to feed us. They are helping too much. Okay, so in order to promote their work, this time from 2 or 3 years, the government is giving them in subsidies or some concession amount. The government is giving them solar motors, the motors which can be turned on with the help of sunlight, and they can irrigate the field properly without wasting too much money and without doing too much hard work. Okay, so when they plow the field, after that they irrigate the field and then they sow the seeds in the soil or in their fields. After sowing the seeds, after some days, when it becomes this much small, they irrigate the land once again, and then what they do? When the plants grow more big, now the desired plants or the seeds which the farmers have sown in the field, that's growing, but along with them some unwanted plants also grow, and some insects are there which disturb the growth of this plant. Means the insects start eating away the plant. Okay, and in order to save their plants from insects, what the farmers use in the field, now this is the time for them to use insecticides, and some pests also disturb the seeds or the crops, the plants, then the pesticide is used. Have you seen ever that how this insecticide and pesticides are sprayed in the field? one person, either that person is doing the business of doing that, or some person from the home itself, they carry one bag over the shoulders, and inside the bag one machine they kept, and that machine is spraying machine, just like we spray, no? Similarly, this sprayer is there, and that person presses, and this insecticide and pesticide is sprayed in the field, and these insecticides and pesticides help in protecting the seeds from the insects and pests. Now, this plant will grow healthy, but as we know that population is increasing day by day, and we need more food crops to feed all. That's why manure or fertilizers are added to plants to increase the fertility or to increase the productivity of the crop. Now, after 2 or 3 months, the crop grows into full length, and now it is matured. After getting the maturity, they are ripened, and once they are ripened, they are harvested. And after harvesting, what they do? Once the plant is harvested, our work is not finished. We have to store the harvested crops properly. Otherwise, again, it may get spoiled by insects, or when the rain comes, no, some small insects or pests will come into that seed, and it will be spoiled. So, in order to keep it safe, we have to keep them properly, and some of the amount of seeds can be used in next season for cropping, and other food amount may be used for feeding ourselves. Okay, this is the way agriculture is done. Now, when I was explaining you about agriculture, I used one term, crop. Do you know what is difference between crop and seed? There is very little bit difference between crop and seed. Let's understand what is that difference between crop and seed. What we told about the seed? Seed is from the fruit it's come out, and it helps in growth of plants. And what about crops? Crops are nothing but seeds, but they are grown in the particular area and in the particular season. Okay, then how can we define crop? We can define the crop by giving this definition, that these are grown in the particular area and in the particular season. When we come next day, we will discuss about the cropping season. Okay, for the time being, you revise this much portion, and when we come next day, we will discuss everything, and we will conclude the chapter. Then we will discuss about the exercise. Okay, thank you, students.